In this particular video we are going to cover about the Docker Hub. What exactly is a Docker Hub and how we can use this Docker Hub to push the images and pull the images, and how we can maintain the different versions of Docker images using this particular cloud application. So in short, we are going to cover the following commands: the docker login, docker logout, which is used to log in into the particular site, and then we will learn about the docker push command, which is used to push the given image, whatever image is available on our local host, it will put it onto the cloud. And then we will learn the further commands related to this particular area, like how we can do the commit and how we can use the tag option of the docker command to maintain the different versions of the Docker Hub. So before I go over to the terminal to show you everything practically through how we can run all these commands, I will just set up some context about the Docker Hub who don't know about what exactly is a Docker Hub. It is basically a central repository, cloud repository, where we can store the Docker images. We are not storing the Docker containers there, we are storing the Docker images. Okay, and once the image is stored onto the cloud, we can easily pull them through these Docker commands. So I have the account. I have opened this particular site, which is basically a Docker Hub, and I'm already logged in with my credentials. So as you can see that this particular my account is totally a blank. It is not having any kind of the Docker image. So in this session we are going to create some images, and we will try to see how we can push all those images into this particular account, and after that we will see how we can maintain the different versions of the Docker images by using the tagging mechanism which is available with this docker tag command. So let's get started. So first of all, I'm already logged in into this particular site. So I will jump over to the terminal. So let me first of all run the command like sudo docker image ls. So it is going to give me all the images. So what I will do, I will first of all create a new image. So let me create a new image. Like in order to create new image, like we need to put something, some sort of data. We will take an example, we will put some data, and from that we will create the image. So what I am going to do, I will use this busy box, which is an image available with me. From that I will create my own container, and in that container we will put some test data. And after that we will use a commit command which will create the image out of the container. So let's do step by step. Once you will follow these steps, it will be easy for you to understand this. So first of all, what I am doing, the first step, I am creating the container. So let me first of all create the container. So we'll use the sudo docker container. I want to create it. What name you want to assign? Say same name I want to assign, say my busy box 1. Okay, and I want to keep it into the interactive mode, so -it, and you want to create it from the busy box. So it looks like the image is now being created. We will not the image, sorry, my bad. So the container is being created. Now we will start this particular container. So sudo docker start. We want to start the busy box 1. So it is now started. Now we will connect to this particular container. So we will use the sudo docker execute. We want to connect it to the interactive mode, and which box you want to connect, that is the busy box 1. We want to connect into the shell. So looks like we are now connected. So let's create some sort of data. I will just create one, say, directory with my name, say Girish. Let's create a one text file over here. So I will say echo, say my first file content goes here. So we will give the file name as 1.txt. Looks like the file has been created. So we'll just let us do a cat to see the contents of the file. So file has been created. Now let's come out of this particular container. So what I have done, I have created a one container, and we have logged into that container. We connect to that container, and we had created one folder. Under that folder we have created one text file. Now in that I want to store, now I want to create the container. I want to create the image out of this container. So let me see. Yeah, just hold on for a second. I will be right back. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, sorry, someone was calling me. Yeah. So what we have done, like so far we have created one container, and from that we have created the container. In that container we have, from the busy box we have created, and we have created one text file under the one folder, say Girish. Now out of this container I want to build the image out of it. So I have to use the sudo docker commit, and so commit is basically a command which is used to store, which is used to create the image out of the container. So it has an option like -a, like what option with -a you can provide the author name. So I will just provide my name here, and what comment you want to pass. I want to put the comment as added one text file with name 1.txt. say added one text file with name 1.txt. Now you want to create the image out of which container? I want to create it from my busy box 1. Okay, so this is basically a command. So looks like the image has now been created. So let us check with the ls image command. So I will just clear the screen. I will use sudo docker image ls. So as you can see over here that the image has been created just 16 seconds back. So it looks like the image has been created. Now what we will do, we will just push this particular image over the cloud onto the Docker hub. So first of all, let us give some tag to this particular image. So we have to use the tag sudo docker tag. You have to use the source. You have to give this as a source. So I will just copy this, and what name you want to assign, say gnt docker my say image2 and colon what version you want to give. Say I want to give this version as version 1, so v1.0. So this is basically the command, that is the sudo docker tag, then the source, and what target you want to assign. You can assign any name whatever you want, and I'll give colon and give the version whatever version you want to give. So looks like it is being done. So now we will just do the ls command now. So as you can see over here that the repository name will be the gnt docker / my images 2, and it will be tagged as in version 1.0. okay. So now I want to, so first step what we have done so far, we have seen how we can use this particular commit command to create the image out of the container. So and that we want to push it to the Docker Hub with the help of this push command. So but before you push it, you have to log in into this particular to your account. You have to log in with your account. So let us use first of all this docker login command. So we'll use the sudo docker login, then you have to give the username. So equals to what username you want to log in. I want to log in with my username, so I will give the my username, and then I will give my password here. So I given my password, so hopefully it should now log in. So if I give the correct password here, so it should log in. So it is showing me that is the login is succeeded. So currently now I am logged in through this CLI, the Docker CLI. Now I can able to push the image now. So how we can push the image? What is the syntax for that? That we have to use these sudo docker, the push, then image name you want to give, like whatever means we have given now, whatever name we have given, this one gnt docker / my images, then tag name. So we have to give the say sudo docker push, say gnt docker / my image 2 version 1.0. so hopefully it will now push the this particular image onto the cloud in the Docker Hub. So once it gets pushed, we will just refresh our page, and there we will see that is this particular image is visible onto the Docker Hub or not. By default it will be published as an public, but you can make it private. The options are given there. So looks like it is being done. So we will just double check it onto the browser. So we will just come out to the browser, and I will just try to refresh this page. So looks like now the image is being pushed over here. So as you can see over here that that is being marked as an public, and what version numbers you can go over to the tags, and here you can see that the version number 1 is given. So this is how you can use the push command to push the images. Now let us see how we can maintain the different versions out of it. So let me tweak it little bit. So what we will do now, I will just create one more container. I will create one more container, or rather let's see, do we have the container already available with me. So I will just clear the screen, then sudo docker sudo docker container ls. So looks like I have the container available with me with a name of my busybox1, and it is up from last 8 minutes. There I have created the my folder and one text file. Now what we will do, I will just connect to this particular container again, and there I will create the one more file, and we will just come out of from that, and after that we will create a one more version of our image, and we will push that as a separate image like version 1.1. so let's see how it goes. So we will just connect to this. So sudo docker execute. We want to connect into the interactive mode. We want to connect to the busybox1. Say we need the shell. So I will just go to my folder. So the one file is already there. Let's create a one more file. So echo say another file content goes here. So we will give the name to this particular file as 2.txt. So looks like the file has been created. We will just double check it with the ls command, and let's do the cat on this. So another file content goes here. So looks like it is being created. I will come out of this container now. Now we will use the commit command again. So I will use the sudo docker commit, and I will just give the author name, say this time assuming that we have a different author, say Kim, and what comment you want to pass, say this should be also in double quotation I guess, and -m, say added another file with name 2.txt, and from which container you want to create, the same one, the busybox, my busybox 1 container. So looks like the commit has been done now. Now what we will do, now we will push this particular image also, but before that we have to give a tagging name properly. So let me clear the screen, and we will give the sudo docker, and here we have to use the images ls. So as you can see over here that this particular image is now being created the 23 seconds ago. So we will just give a proper tagging to this. So we will give sudo docker tag to this particular image, the new one. This is basically the new one which is created 23 seconds before. So I will just copy this out, and we will give a docker gnt docker my image 2, and we want to give as version 1.1, suppose 1.1. So looks like it is done. So let us do the ls command to double check this. So I think we have given a proper tagging. So now we will just push this particular new version of the image into the Docker hub. So I will use again the push command, that is the sudo docker push. We want to push the gnt docker my image 2, but this time it will be the version is different. It will be the version 1.1. So as you can see, the push process is getting started. So once it is done, we will just again refresh our browser. We will just refresh our account, and there we should see the one more version of this my image docker. So we will just go there and we will try to refresh this. So as you can see here, now we have the two versions of this particular Docker. So this is how we have used the push command. So far what commands we have covered? We have covered the Docker login and the Docker commit command and the Docker push, and we had also seen how we can give the tagging name. Now let us do a pull. So far we have been pushing it, so let us do the pull the different versions and see its content, and then we will also try to learn the logout command and how we can make the public image into the private one. So let us first of all do the pull operation. So in order to do the pull operation, we have to clean up all our containers. We have to clean up all our images. So first of all, you have to clean the containers, remove the containers, in fact I would say. So sudo docker container ls. So looks like we have the one container, so this we should be removing. So before I remove this, I should stop first. So I have to use the docker stop, say my busy box 1. So looks like it should stop, and once it gets stopped, then we will remove this. So let us try to remove this. So we will use the sudo docker container rm, then my busy box 1. So this gets removed. Now we should be good to remove the images. So sudo docker image ls. Now let us try to remove these both images. So let me remove the one by one. So sudo docker image rm. I want to remove this one, say, and also I should remove both. I think both should be removed in one go. I'm not sure though, so let's remove it one by one then. So it's got removed. So let which one we have removed? We had removed the, I think, the version 1.1. now remove the 1.0 also. So we will use the same command, that is the sudo docker image rm. So looks like this is removed and this one is pending. So let me remove this also. So looks like both is now being removed from my local host. Now let's double check with the ls command. So as you can see here that we don't have any image related to my image 2. So now let us use the pull command. So what I will do, since I have made both these images as the public, so I don't really need to be logged in to my account. So I will just do the logout. So I will use the sudo docker logout. So as you can see over here that currently I am now log out from this CLI. So now I will do the pull the image. So I will use the sudo docker image, oh sorry, not the sudo docker, say I will pull the image. So I will use the pull command, pull. Then which image you want to pull, say gnt docker / my image 2. Which version you want to pull? I want to pull the version 1.0. okay, so let's see. So it should pull the image and it should store in my local host. So as you can see over here that downloaded the new version of my image 2 version 1.1. So let me create the container out of this particular image. So we will first of all double check with the ls command. So sudo docker image ls. Now we have this particular image available with us. So sudo docker, I will use the run command, because if I use the create, I have to again start it and afterwards I have to connect it. So it is going to take a lot of time. So better, because I just want to check the content of is that particular folder, whatever folder we have created, is available or not, and along with the file. So I really don't want to work with this particular container even if we come out of from container. So that's why I'm just using the run option of this docker. So I will just keep it run, and I want to run it in an interactive mode, and after that, once it is done, I should be removing the container, because once I will come out of this container, it should be removed automatically. So I will use the rm option, and I want to run into the interactive mode. From which image you want to create this? So I will use the gnt docker / my image 2 version 1.0. So hopefully it should pull the image from locally and create the container out of it. So looks like I'm now inside the busy box. So I will just do the ls and go to the folder like Girish. Or there you can see the file, that is the 1.txt. We are not saying the 2.txt because we have created the 2.txt file into our second version. So this is how you can means maintain the different versions. So I will just come out of this container now. So we don't have this particular container available with me. So sudo docker container ls. So there's no why this container is not available, because we have provided the rm option. With this rm option you can come out, means once you come out from the container it will get removed automatically. So let me first of all create the container with the second version, that is the 1.2. So I will just create it. So it will complain me that it is not available locally, so it will go to the docker hub. From the docker hub it will push this particular image and it will just connect to this one. So we'll just go to this folder, and this time you are seeing the two files because this is a second version. You can do the cat operation also, you can see that 2.txt file, so another file content goes here. So this is how you can maintain the different versions of the containers or different versions of the images onto the docker hub. So as you can see over here, so we have covered the login command, we have covered the logout command, we have covered the push and the commit, and of course we have seen the tag, how we can give this tag. Now how we can make the any docker image which is available public, how you can make it the private one. So we will just come over to this particular site. So as you can see over here that this image is available, and I will just go on to this go inside this particular image, and we will go select the settings option there. Inside the setting options you will find the button the make private. So I'm just converting into the private. It is asking to type the image name, so I will give the image name as my image2. So it will just give the confirmation. So looks like now the my image has been converted as a private image. So if I will need to pull this particular image from here through command line, then I have to log in with my credentials. So what I will do, first of all, currently I am not logged in, so I will just double check it. So I will use sudo docker logout. So looks like actually I'm already logged out, I'm not logged in. So now I will use the sudo docker image ls. So let me remove both these images. So sudo docker image rm. So let me remove the first one. Let's remove the another one also. So let me remove the second also. So they will double check it with the ls command. So nothing is, no, we don't have any image with the name my image2. Now we will try to pull that. So sudo docker pull gnt docker slash my image2. So I want to pull the version 1.1, the latest one. So it should give me the error message because we are trying to pull the image which is marked as private. So it is asking that pull access denied for this. So we need to log in. So sudo docker login. So it will ask me the username, and and it will ask me the credentials also. So let me give my password here. So once it is getting connected, then I will use the same pull command to see. Now this time it should work. It should pull the image from my private Docker Hub repository, and looks like it is done. So as you can see over here, so we will just double check it with the ls command. So as you can see over here that we have successfully pushed that. So this is how you can. So what we have covered now, we have seen that how you can, once you push the image, by default it will be marked as an public, and you can easily mark it as an private through the portal, that is the Docker Hub portal. And I guess like there is a limitations, you can do very few images, you can keep very few images as private, but I'm not sure though. So let's learn how we can delete the images from the Docker Hub. Suppose if you don't want any particular image, so you can easily delete that. So you will get the list of all images once you logged in here. So if you want to remove this, you have to select the particular image and go inside the settings, and inside the settings you will find the delete button. So you have to click on that delete button. It will ask you to give the image name. So I will give the my image 2, a delete button will appear. So this will remove the image, and if you will try to pull it from over here, it's not going to work. So if you give the error, so you will get the error that this particular repository doesn't exist, it does not found that. So there's one more command related to this, you can try it out, that is the Docker search. From that you can search the particular image. So I hope you will find this particular video enough useful enough for Docker Hub, where you have seen how we can create our own images out of the containers using commit command, and you can push them, you can pull them, and if it is a private one you have to log in, and if you want, and we have seen how we can convert the any public Docker image into the private, and if you don't want a particular image in the Docker Hub, you can easily remove from their interface. So that's pretty much I have for this particular video. So thanks for watching this, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.